If you think this is just a bad harvest, look closer. This is a twisted, uninvited gift that no farmer in Georgia ever asked for. You might laugh, thinking some domestic pigs just got loose. But for local landowners, the footage you are seeing is a real-life horror movie where they are completely powerless to stop it. What you are looking at isn't the work of farm animals. This is the destruction caused by the most terrifying invasive king of America, the super pig, a ruthless hybrid of feral hogs and Eurasian boars. Welcome to LWT Wildlife. These super pigs are highly intelligent, incredibly aggressive, and almost impossible to eradicate. However, across multiple farms in southern Georgia, an incredibly strange phenomenon is happening. Entire sounders of these massive beasts have completely vanished almost as soon as they appeared. No gunshots, no massive steel cages, just gone without a trace. Stick around and watch until the very end, because today we are going to reveal the exact silent weapon that is making these invasive nightmares disappear. You definitely don't want to miss this. To understand the true gravity of this invasion, we have to look at the terrifying numbers. Georgia is currently under siege by a ghost army. Wildlife experts estimate an explosive population ranging from 200,000 to an unbelievable 600,000 feral hogs currently roaming the state. They have officially infiltrated all 159 out of 159 counties. That is a 100% occupation rate. No corner of the state is safe from their relentless march and insatiable appetite. This occupation comes with an agonising price tag. Every single year, feral hogs cause an estimated $152 million in agricultural damage across Georgia. Their natural rooting behaviour is highly destructive. Using their tough snouts, they plough through the earth like living bulldozers to find roots and grubs. In just one single night, a large sounder can churn up acres of prime farmland, completely destroying high-value crops, ripping up native vegetation, and turning fertile soil into a barren, eroded wasteland. So, why are there so many of them? The answer lies in their biological design. Feral hogs are the ultimate survival machines, and their population numbers violently explode twice a year. The massive spikes happen in the spring, when fresh vegetation provides endless energy, and again in the fall, when the forest floor is absolutely covered in high-protein mast, like acorns and hickory nuts. This abundance of food allows nursing sows to keep their piglets healthy and rapidly fatten them up for survival. The true horror of their biology is the math. Hunters often refer to their incredible gestation period as the 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days rule. Because it is so short, a single mature sow can easily produce 2 large litters every single year. With litters often reaching up to a dozen piglets, the population doesn't just grow, it multiplies exponentially. When you combine this rapid reproduction with their high intelligence, trying to control them by hunting one at a time is mathematically impossible. You might be wondering, where is nature in all of this? Why don't natural predators step in to balance the ecosystem? In North America, the coyote is often seen as the last line of natural defence. But the brutal reality is that coyotes are largely ineffective against this invasive force. At their absolute best, a hungry coyote or bobcat can only manage to snatch a small, wandering piglet. They pose absolutely no threat to the larger population, and here is exactly why. Feral hogs do not travel alone. They operate in highly organised family units. This is a moving fortress of meat and muscle. The protective mothers are incredibly aggressive and will violently defend their young against any threat. Adult hogs quickly grow thick, armour-like skin, and large males develop razor-sharp tusks. Taking a piglet from a mature sounder is practically a suicide mission for a coyote. Nature is entirely outgunned, leaving the massive responsibility of eradication entirely up to human intervention. Because traditional hunting simply scatters the herd, the state has removed all hunting limits. But bullets aren't the answer. Remember those disappearing hogs in southern Georgia? The secret weapon wasn't a gun or a massive heavy iron cage. It was a revolutionary, ultra-lightweight system called the Pig Brig Trap. This is a highly portable, incredibly durable nylon trap that you can pack into a single duffel bag and carry deep into the swamps where trucks simply cannot go. The efficiency of this silent solution is truly mind-blowing. We are not talking about catching 3 or 4 stragglers. The Pig Brig is engineered to capture the entire sounder at once, routinely trapping up to 30 hogs in a single night. And it doesn't matter how big they get. This trap easily holds massive, aggressive boars, weighing well over 200 pounds. It is a quiet, devastatingly effective tool that completely wipes out generations of problem animals overnight, without firing a single shot. Let's look at the science behind this netting. Traditional metal traps are rigid and clunky. When a 200-pound animal panics and slams into a steel wall, welds break, gates fail, and the animals often injure themselves. The Pig Brig utilises a specialised UV-resistant nylon netting that completely changes the game. When a heavy hog hits this flexible mesh, the net acts like a shock absorber. It takes all of that kinetic energy and effortlessly bounces the animal right back into the centre. The true mechanical genius of this system is the net skirt, which allows for a continuous catch. There are no heavy doors or loud electronic triggers here. The bottom of the net is left slightly loose on the ground. Utilising their natural instinct to root, hogs simply lift the netting with their snouts and push their way inside. But once they pass, the skirt drops back down and locks tight. They can easily push their way in, but they absolutely cannot push their way out. However, capturing super pigs requires psychological manipulation. Feral hogs are incredibly trap shy and paranoid. You cannot just set the net and expect them to walk in. You have to condition them first. We start by tying the net up high and baiting the centre with regular, dry, whole corn. No fancy fermentation is needed here. You let them come and feed freely for weeks. This crucial conditioning phase completely erases their natural caution, tricking them into believing this area is a perfectly safe, free meal. Once your trail cameras confirm the family is comfortable, you simply stake the skirt to the ground. That is it. There is absolutely no trigger mechanism to activate. The base of the trap forms a continuous, one-way funnel net. When the hogs arrive for their meal, there is no terrifying crash of a metal gate dropping. They simply route right through the one-way funnel to join the rest of the group. They can easily slide in, but they cannot back out. By morning, this trigger-free system has silently captured the entire sounder. Ultimately, trapping these invasive super pigs isn't about cruelty. It is about absolute ecological survival. By removing feral hogs, we are saving millions in agricultural investments and protecting the delicate habitats that our native deer, turkeys, and local ecosystems desperately rely on to survive. That brings us to the end of today's video. If you want to continue exploring more fascinating documentaries about feral hogs, go ahead and click to watch the next video on your screen right now. Wishing you a truly great experience here on YouTube, and we will see you over there.